Okay, Sue in Rockville, you're on with Carlos. Hello.
Hey, guys. No matter how depressed I get, Carlos always makes me laugh my ass off. So I love you, Carlos. Thank you.
Love you, Susie.
Me too.
Okay, two quick things if you have time, but one for sure. What you said this morning has to be amplified. The cynical, craven way McConnell is acting is for only one reason, to force Democrats to use reconciliation for the debt ceiling, and so that they will not have what they need to pass the $3.5 trillion infrastructure bill that we only 82% of us approve of. It has come to that kind of disgusting behavior by Republicans that shouldn't surprise us. And I just think you hit the nail on the head, and I just think people need to hear that over and over. Why would they do this? They don't want to pay their bills, that's one. But no, they're pushing the fact that Dems only have one thing left. But the other thing, I thank you for letting me go second, Pence needs to be looked at for lots and lots of reasons. But a good reminder, Trump picked Chris Christie to be the vice president. And Paul Manafort was given orders by Putin, by Russia, that Ed Pence, his brother, was to be rewarded for Cummins' billions and billions of dollars investment in Russia. And they told Manafort, you must get him to pick Mike Pence.
Yeah.
And that's why Manafort lied about the jet having problems, forcing the jet to lay over in Indianapolis. The next morning, Trump met with Pence and Mother, and by noon, Christie was out.
Yeah. It's, and Pence
Malcolm
is
so dead on this.
Yeah. And Pence is just as disgusting a sycophant as you could possibly imagine, right? I mean, just the fact that he's like, what's a little hanging between friends?
He makes Nikki Haley look brave.
Yeah, exactly. You mentioned this off air, Carlos, that speaking of cowards, so the House committee investigating January 6th attack has been unable to serve a subpoena on Trump's longtime social media director, Dan Scavino, who's, obviously hiding like a coward somewhere. I mean, it's just, okay.
Terrible.
Yeah. Can I have the tiniest of violins, please? Yeah. Robert Palmer? Really? Did he come to court with? He's one of the Capitol 6 rioters. Did he have girls behind him with guitars?
I don't think they're not that.
Am I going to have to face it?
Different one.
He's so guilty. There's no telling where his prison sentence gonna be.
His name is Robert Palmer.
Okay,
Just
not
saying.
that one.
All right.
That one's no longer with us.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Okay. Did those girls with the guitars come to his funeral in the black dresses?
I didn't ask him. He didn't say.
That would have been cool. They were just right behind the coffin. Robert Palmer, a man from Tampa, Florida, who pled guilty to attacking Capitol Police with a fire extinguisher at the Capitol 6 riot while dressed in a red, white, and blue Trump jacket, was in tears at his sentencing, Carlos. In tears. His defense attorney said that was Mr. Palmer being remorseful for what he did on January 6th and also afraid of what's to come. I'd say more the second part. Okay, anybody else not give a chicken fried how many Capitol rioters cry at their
No.
sentencing, whatever?
Yeah. No, we don't care about facts. Don't care about your feelings.
Thank you.
And the fact is, you were there, and you were being an insurrectionist. Beep hole.
Thank you. Oh, can I just say, how fantastic is it that of all of the jurisdictions pursuing Donald Trump, right, legally,
Right.
It may be a woman that brings him down. Trump will be deposed by the end of 2021 as the part of the defamation case brought by Summer Zervos, right, the Apprentice reality show candidate. And they say she has a lot of, hard evidence, so to speak. But so he will actually have to sit. What he's been getting out of forever, he will actually have to sit for at least in one case, right. Carlos.
God.
Yeah.
Watch the orange spray tan drop off his head like Giuliani's hair dye.
Chris, we have a statement from the office of the 45th president. God, is it two statements, really? Are these two separate statements?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Make it a big bold ink.
Vice President. I did it again.
You did it again.
Vice President Mike Pence's statement during his interview during the Great Sean Hannity very much destroys and discredits the Unselect Committee's witch hunt on the events of January 6th. It will continue anyways, however, because the fake news doesn't want to focus on Afghanistan, Russia, Taiwan, and China, the border inflation, and the failing economy.
Another one?
Yes, I'm sorry, there is a second. The Unselect Committee of Partisan Democrats. See, that's the see, I get that joke,
Joke,
Carlos? That's funny because it's
The unselect, they're not selected.
right. Partisan Democrats, two very weak and pathetic rhinos, should come to the conclusion after spending many millions of dollars that the real insurrection happened on November 3rd, the presidential election, not on January 6th, which was the day of protesting the fake election results.
There's still so much
He's
fealty
scared.
to that guy.
What?
There's still, the fact that there's fealty to him is just so frightening, indicative of like, it is so clear. If you're watching a movie, the neon arrows are pointing at the Republican Party going, bad guys, bad guys, bad guys, bad guys. Who should I vote for? Vote for the good guys.
Right.
Not perfect.
I
And again, like the
just-
vaccine, Democrats aren't going to be perfect. Solutions to problems will not be perfect. But don't vote for grifting insurrectionists,
Yeah.
spineless weasels. That's a pretty easy lesson.
We were saying earlier, the only thing the Stephanie Grisham book is good for is as ridiculous as we thought the Trump presidency was. It just gets from him calling from Air Force One and saying, please tell everyone I don't have a mushroom. Like Stormy Daniels' book had come out that he has a little tiny mushroom D that he wanted. He called her from Air Force One. Okay. This one, my favorite, because you do a good Melania. But Melania...
Money. Money, money.
You know what she thought would be best is she wanted to send full-length mirrors to children she met in Malawi.
Be best.
So they could see that they are very strong or very beautiful.
Okay.
Okay.
Be best.
Lawrence O'Donnell gets them desks so they can do their schoolwork, and Melania wanted to send them.
Yeah.
mirrors.
Teach them vanity, Melania. That'll
Right.
pull them out of their poverty.
Stephanie Grisham wrote that Melania was insistent on it. The request was shot down by her then chief of staff, who, hang on, I'll get to it, said thought it would be a PR nightmare, a model sending African children mirrors. You think? Yeah, that might have come off as, oh,
Send them money. Barbie dream camper. They send them Barbie dream camper and dream castle so they can dream like Barbie.
it reminds me, I told you the story of the Russian lady that built the house they lived in a long time ago in Croton on the Hudson. There were no mirrors, like she didn't finish. I don't know. A lot of Russians are shady, I'm just saying. There were no mirrors, and she's
dear.
like, all you do is you schmeck the mirrors, and so guys can see guys. And which by guys, she
Schmeck?
meant us. Right.
Schmeck the mirror?
Yeah, stick the mirrors
it.
up.
Oh,
Your chorus
But guys
was-
always meant
break
us,
aside.
the people buying the house, and she was saying, guys can schmeck mirrors up so guys can see guys.
I don't get that.
I don't. Well,
no.
I didn't either.
You do
but
that in the gym too. So guys aren't looking in the mirrors, you smack the mirrors so guys can work out with other guys.
guys can see guys.
That's
okay.
so Zsa Zsa Gabor of you. So Cloris Leachman.
I just want to be in the room for Melania going, I think we should send the children, poor children in Africa.
Life
Maybe
like
food?
mirrors.
No, I want them to have the mirrors.
They can see how thin they are. I
Yeah,
have
and
to.
the easy bake
you know how much-
ovens.
How much food
I
I
think
give
that's
up to
what
be
she
this
means.
thin?
Oh, I'd give anything for those rib bones. Oh, that's fantastic. Send them the mirrors.
We could send them easy bake ovens and Monopoly money so they can bake and count the money in the mirror.
I still can't believe this ridiculousness was in the people's house. This was in our... Okay.
It's gone now.
Also, she says the president was already angry about press reports saying the crowd size of his inauguration was smaller than Obama's. Apparently, Obama was a big trigger point. Something really annoyed him about him. I don't know what it was. By that time, I'd been around long enough to know some of what triggered the president. Any unfavorable comparisons to Obama, especially suggesting that Trump was less popular, was on top of the trigger list. I couldn't help but feel nervous for Sean Spicer. He was in a no-win position because there were no magic words to persuade people that Donald Trump's crowd was bigger than Obama's. Okay, Obama's win was also much bigger, and his inauguration was much bigger. I'm sure his manhood is incredibly a lot bigger. And also, he still has a Twitter account to talk about it on.
Yep.
Yep.
But he doesn't talk about Trump. He talks about how much he loves his wife,
Yes, his first and only wife.
Yes.
Weird.
with whom he has two children.
The stories, right. The stories about him being a pig just seem like, oh, well, we knew that. I mean,
Duh.
Yeah.
okay.
And-
Right. He sought a promotion for a young female press aide who he was sexually harassing. Grisham writes, when he would ask for her to come to the cabin, Air Force One, she was the only one he ever did that with. I would always accompany her, make sure she's on, he would say, make sure she's on this trip, give her a promotion, put her on TV, all of which were things she wasn't quite qualified for, but he liked her ass, apparently.
Probably pissed off Ivanka.
I'm kind of glad this book is out there because it does get all of this on the record.
Whatever.
They don't care, though. They don't care.
Let's send the mirrors. We will even schmeck the mirrors up so the skinny guys
I don't
can
know
see.
what that means.
We never knew what it meant either. When she would say guys, she meant like workmen, but then when she also meant us. She goes, guys will put the mirrors up so guys can see guys.
So they thought that you and your girlfriend were guys?
No, she called everybody guys.
Oh, I
you
see.
guys.
Okay, got it.
If you have not heard of the Sexy Liberal Podcasting Network, your podcasting superstation, you suck. I mean,
Yes.
we have the smartest, funniest liberals in the country. Stephanie Miller's Happy Hour. We have John Fugelsang. We have Hal Sparks, Frangela, Final Word, and Idiot of the Week. We have Bob Seska. Oh my God. We have Jody Hamilton from The Bunker. We have Start Me Up with Kimberly Johnson. We have Unprecedented. We have the smartest, funniest podcast, period. Get it now. SexyLiberal.com.